So I just had a chance to check out the ARMS Direct, and let me tell you guys, this game looks like it is shaping up to be one heck of a game. Between ARMS, Splatoon 2, and the DLC for Breath of the Wild, if you're a Nintendo fan, then you're definitely going to have a lot to play this summer. If you're not a Nintendo fan, there's enough reasons to buy and pick up a Switch at this very moment. It's just a shame that Nintendo doesn't have a lot of Switches in stock, or they're not shipping a lot of Switches to retailers at the moment, which is a shame because there are so many good games coming out to a Nintendo Switch this summer. Now let's talk specifically about ARMS. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the new footage we've seen of ARMS. We know, I think there's going to be 10 characters in the game. You may not think like that's a lot of characters, but since you got customizable arms and they all got attributes like wind, fire, electricity, freeze, and things like that, it looks like there's definitely going to be enough players and enough arms in the game that there's going to be enough customization. Do we need the roster like Super Smash Bros., for instance? Super Smash Bros. 4 has a lot of characters in it, a big roster. I think you don't need a big roster, especially since you're going to have a lot of customizable arms. And there's a lot of players in there that look really in deep. Like, we got this one guy, I forgot his name, but he was like a slime and he transformed. And then we also got Min Min, which kicks down punches. And we got this duo, these robots, a robot dog and a robot guy. And they look like there's so much playability just in those characters alone. We don't need more than 10 characters. Of course, more characters the better always, but at this rate, I am comfortable with 10 characters. And I thought going into this game was going to be like a game that didn't have a lot of content, but boy was I wrong. Just from the new direct that we saw, there is going to be a lot of content in this game, enough to get you hooked. I don't know if it's still going to be worth $60 for sure until I actually play it, but it looks like there's so much stuff to do in this game. You can play with friends, you can play 4-player multiplayer matches, you can play a regular arcade mode where you just fight enemies one after another, and then you go at the end, you fight a boss. And then also there's going to be new modes that we did not expect. We got a volleyball mode, and then we got a basketball mode where you got to grab your opponent and throw them into a hoop. And then we got a volleyball one where there's actually a court and you actually got to throw a ball back and forth and it explodes. You can see there's just so much content in this game. It's actually shaping up to be a very, very sought out game. The cool thing about this, if you're watching this in the future, then you probably already missed this, but they are going to be holding a global test punch for the game. It's essentially the same thing they did with the Splatoon series, where they're going to allow you to demo the game. They did have a list of all the dates. I can't name all the dates here because I actually don't know all the dates. There's a lot of dates and a lot of times. It puzzles me too that we're only going to get 1 hour blocks. The reason it puzzles me that we're only going to get 1 hour blocks is just due to the fact that there is so many characters I think they're going to let you test out in the test punch that there's no way you'll have enough time to test all these people. Like, there's so much content in there. How can you have enough time to see if you want it? Well, I guess something is better than nothing. Because, hey, we weren't even expecting that we were even going to get a test punch out of this game just like Splatoon. I think it's going to be very, very awesome and very interesting. Now, the thing is, too, there's a lot of ways to play this game. Am I going to be playing this game in handheld mode, or am I going to be playing it on the TV with the gyros, with motion controls, or am I going to be playing it standard with just a normal setup with the 2 Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller? It looks like they're really going all out on this. That is one thing I might have said before in some other videos, that I don't like motion controls in my video games as a whole. This game actually looks like it may benefit from motion controls. Will you be playing with motion controls all the time? No, probably not, just due to the fact that you'll probably get tired swinging your arms around and things like that. But I can see pro players actually using these. You might not think so, but I can see myself using these and getting good with the motion controls. That's where that one also accessory that they're selling is coming into play, which you might have forgot about. Don't sleep on that either. It's probably going to be sold out as well, so you want to jump on that accessory as soon as possible. It's the one where you can extend the batteries of your Joy-Cons by popping in 2 AA batteries. It's a pack that snaps onto your Joy-Cons. Now, you can't use them in your Joy-Con charging grip or in the Joy-Con grip that comes in the box. It's a separate accessory when you're using your Joy-Cons independently of each other, which I think is awesome. Even if you're not going to be playing ARMS with this, I can see this still being a good, useful accessory, so I definitely suggest hopping on that accessory as soon as you can. Also, if you do remember, they did actually announce that we're going to be getting 2 new colors of the Joy-Con. They're like this yellowy, greenish color, so hop on those as well. Those might be sold out as well, but overall, I am very excited. One thing I was really surprised about when I heard about the new ARMS Direct was the fact that they are going to be promising us free content, and that is flat out fantastic. just like Splatoon. Hopefully when we get the game, there's enough content there that we're satisfied. That was one problem I did not like with Splatoon. I did not like the fact that when you got Splatoon right out the box, at least with Splatoon 1, you didn't have a lot of content, and it became very boring until the updates rolled out. Hopefully the main base game of ARMS, when we get it on, I think, June 15th or 16th, is the fact that we get a lot of content right out the gate. One thing I'm noticing with ARMS, just in my opinion, I think that ARMS has more content than Splatoon, at least Splatoon 1. Hopefully Splatoon 2 delivers, but it looks like this game has a lot more going for it than Splatoon. I'm not a Splatoon hater, but I'm just saying it looks like it has more content, because Splatoon was one of those games, at least one, got very, very, very repetitive over time, just because we didn't get a lot of game modes, we didn't get a lot of maps, and the map rotation was kind of annoying. So overall, yeah, that wasn't the best situation when it comes to content. Even though they rolled out a lot of content throughout the months and out the years, it just didn't seem like enough. Even to this day, it doesn't seem like it has amazing amount of content, unlike ARMS. ARMS looks like it's blowing me out the water right now. Is it worth 60? It'll all come down to how well the game plays. If the game's kind of finicky and stuff, but if it's fluid, nice, and it does have a lot of stuff going for it, then this is a game I can definitely see myself buying, because also I am a Smash Brothers fan, so I'm not no stranger to fighting games. I don't really like your traditional fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Injustice. I'm not really a traditional fighting fan, but when it comes to Nintendo fighting games, I'm all over Nintendo fighting games. 100%. I absolutely love Nintendo fighting games. And this looks like another wacky game. It looks like all the games that they're making are wacky, whether it be Smash Brothers, ARMS, Splatoon. All of their games are actually very cartoony and very just fun and just something you can get yourself into. Also, not to talk about games outside of Nintendo or outside of ARMS, this actually makes me want to play that one game that came out last year. It just blanked my mind. Outlast or Overwatch. Sorry, not Outlast. Overwatch. I actually want to play Overwatch now because this makes me want to play. I just love the art style and everything like that. Also surprised I have not played Overwatch to this day. I might jump on that bandwagon as well. But overall, I just wanted to talk about my time watching the new ARMS Direct. It looks like a flat out fantastic game. It'll be this weekend is when we're really going to get to test the game, and we'll get to see if it's a make it or break it experience for me. One thing I absolutely still am frustrated is with the online service with Nintendo. I have played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we are still getting problems. Why do we have so much connection issues? Hopefully when we pay, this will be all flattened out and we'll get a perfect connection. As perfect as Sony or Microsoft or as PC. We've got to, because so many games are coming out now to Nintendo that are multiplayer, and they're going to be so fun to play, but if the internet connection is bad off, then what's really the point? So come on, Nintendo, deliver us the good internet connection we deserve as paying customers. Please, Nintendo, if you're listening, or if anyone's listening to me ramble on, we gotta let Nintendo know that we actually care, especially since we're paying. But I'm almost 99% sure Nintendo is not going to drop the ball if we have to start paying for internet. I actually made another video rambling on about this, so go ahead and check my channel. I won't leave a link down in the description. You can just find it if you want to. It's actually the video before this. I talk about the online service of Nintendo. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about when it comes to the new ARMS Direct. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.